Good morning, students. I am TD Misra, PGT Biology. I am going to teach you sexual reproduction in flowering plants. First of all, in this section, the structure of flower. What is the structure of flower and what is its importance? We see so many different kind of beautiful and colorful flowers around us. See here, these are the beautiful flowers which we have seen in all around us, and these are meant for different purposes to us. These are beautiful flowers around us. Now, some are very wonderful flowers like this. They are very wonderful. They all admire them. Some flowers are aesthetic and ornamental for us, like this, and the cultivation of flowers is called floriculture. This is done for the different purposes by the farmers and gardeners. Flowers are also some beautiful fragrance, social, religious, and cultural occasions. These are used for different purposes for goddess. But are all the flowers are only meant for the pleasure only, or do these flowers have some other purpose also? Yes, the flowers have some other purposes also. These beautiful flowers are meant for different kind of scientific works also. What role does flowers play in the plants? What is the main purpose of flower to develop in the plants? Now, the most important scientific work are in science, the flowers are mainly the site of sexual reproduction. These flowers are for the site of sexual reproduction. Then, what is the sexual reproduction? The reproduction in which male and female gametes are involved. The male and female gametes are normally unite with each other and form zygote. This process is called fertilization. This is most important part of the development of plant. Now, how sexual reproduction takes place in the plants? First of all, we have to know about the structure of flower. Each, now see here, this is the typical flower structure in which, yes, this is the structure of flower. Now, each flower contains four main parts in them. The out of them, two are accessory part and two are the sexual parts. Now, these four parts are the sepals, the petals, the stamens, and the stig, the pistil. This structure is pistil. Now this is the sepal, and this colored part is petals. This colored part is petals. The sepals and petals are the called accessory organs of the flower. Why it is accessory part? Because these two parts are only help in the sexual reproduction. But the other two parts, that is the stamens, these are the stamens and this is the pistil. These are the main sexual part of the flower. Now these four whorls of the flower, see here, these four whorls are the collective name of the sepals are calyx and the collective name of the petals are the corolla. Now the group of stamens are called androecium, and the group of pistils, sometimes they are single or they may be more than one. Then if they are more than one, then the group of pistils are called gynoecium. Now the structure of flower, in the structure of flower, see here, the stamens have mainly two parts. This swollen upper part, is called anther. This is the anther. These are the anther. Each stamen contains a swollen upper part. This swollen upper part is anther, and the long stalk which is attached to the base of the flower, this is called the filament. So each stamen contains an anther and a filament, and in each pistil there are mainly three parts. The basal swollen part, this is the swollen part. This swollen part is the ovary. The ovary is now becomes tapering on the upper side and make a canal like structure. This canal like structure is style. This is the style. So here is style. And now the uppermost part of the pistil is stigma. This upper part is stigma. Sometimes this stigma is divided into different parts. We see the typical China rose plant we have done in the experiment. Then in the China rose, this stigma is divided into 5 parts. Sometimes it is divided into 3 parts, 2 parts, and these are the receptive part for the pollen grains, and this receptive part receives pollen from different part. So it is sometimes sticky, it secretes some chemicals which make it sticky. Sometimes it is feathery. So this is all about the atypical flower. But sometimes in some plants, some of the whorl is absent. Suppose if both the stamen and pistil part is present in a flower, then it is called bisexual flower. But in some plants, there is one of them is absent. Suppose the pistil part is absent in a flower. See here another flower. In this in this figure, pistil part is absent. If the pistil part is absent and only the stamen is present, then it is unisexual flower. It is called unisexual flower. And unisexual flowers are of two types. There may be stamen present or only pistil may be present. If the flower have only stamen, then it is called staminate flower. Staminate flower. And if the only pistil is present in a flower, then it is called pistillate flower. This is very important. This is a device. So, students, these are the main parts, and stamen contains in a flower. It is important. See again here. In a flower, this stamen contains the pollen grains, which is called male reproductive part or pollen grains. Pollen grains are male gamete of the flower. And in the pistil, here in the ovary part, a ovule is present, and inside the ovule there is a embryo sac which contains the egg. It means it contains the female reproductive plant of the plant. So students, the pistil is the female reproductive part of the plant, and stamens are the male reproductive part of the plant. Now, in anther, this swollen part of the stamen, anther, in anther, pollen grains are formed. It matures, which is male gamete of the flower. In the pistil part, in the center of the ovary, there is a ovule, and ovule contains embryo sac, and inside the embryo sac, an egg is developed. Now, now for the fertilization, the pollen grains should be reached at the stigma and anyhow to the egg for the fertilization. So, for this purpose, pollen grains transferred to the stigma by the process of pollination. For the pollination, there are so many different kind of devices. So, now today we will discuss about the whole structure of flower, development of the pollen grain and the embryo sac. This is all about the structure of the flower, and next time we will discuss about the pollination. In next session we will discuss about the pollination, which is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the flower. Thank you.